Yeah, when people look at me right now, they think I actually don't need any help. And in fact, when I ask some people for help, they think I want to con them. They think I actually do not need them. What they are forgetting is, in as much as I'm a survivor, I am still on chemo. You know, survivorship in cancer simply means that you have accepted and you are journeying. If you die from cancer, you are no longer a survivor. But if you are still on your medication and you look healthy, that one is what we call survivorship in cancer. Yeah.
So you're a cancer survivor.
Yeah, I'm a
but
cancer
survivor.
Still
under medication.
Who is still under medication.
The churches have never changed.
Yeah.
They're just the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
37,000, 12,000. And when all the tests were done, the money that remained, I managed to purchase some drugs. Yeah, with it. And then now we could not ask for more. There was actually my family gave it all. Cancer can really drain you. Cancer can really make you a beggar. Yeah, I remember my family members found it rough when they were given the news that I have cancer. I do not come from a well-off family, by the way. Yeah, so, you know, when people look at me, might say, Madam Caro comes from a well-off family, so that is why she's managing this thing so well. No. Actually, what I can say is my friends do support me. We really have good friends, me and my husband. Specifically, my husband, he really have very, very good friends. Friends who are willing to listen. Friends who you go to them, you tell them this, and they are willing to listen and they are willing to help. They have not let us down. Anytime we are in need of help, we run to friends. You know, like in my family right now, I have my brothers, I have my sisters, but they are not too wealthy. I don't have my dad right now. And you know, even my siblings, they have other things to deal with. They have their families. So it reached a point whereby they also became tired. They became tired of giving out money for my treatment. Yeah, so it was left for my husband to deal with it head on with his salary. So you can imagine the salary that he earns. He pays the rent, he pays the school fee, and now he buys the medication. Yeah, the medication that I take on a monthly basis. I can tell such kind of a person to just go for the test. Now, the doctors tell us that cancer, if it is detected at an early stage, it can be cured. But if you stay with it and then they detect it at a late stage, that one you increase your chances of dying. So I think if you are just told to go for the test, just take a step of faith and go for the test. You might be fearing something that maybe is in stage 1 and can be reversed. Yeah. So such kind of a person should just master the courage and go for the test. It is good. Yeah. Being that I've been journeying through this. Nowadays, if I hear things like cancer screening, like we normally have free cervical cancer screening, such kind of things, I want to go for them early enough so that I can know my state. But just like you've said, people are afraid. What if I have it? Like now I have leukemia. Yeah. What if I go for the screening and I find out I have cervical cancer, another one? What will happen? But now, through my journey, I think I'm no longer afraid. I think I've become so strong. I don't know. I've become so strong that nothing matters to me anymore. I will do that screening. So I will advise somebody out there. If you feel like you might have cancer, or if you have been told to go for a cancer test, please do it. It might save your life. Because if you go late, I don't know, it might be too late for you.
And by the way, when it was discovered in which stage?
Yeah, in cancer, in leukemia, the doctor told me that we don't have stages, but we have phases. Okay. Mine was in phase 2. Yeah, phase 3 is called accelerated phase. I was told we have, I think, mild phase, acute phase, and accelerated. Okay. So in accelerated case, it was told, I think that one now is the very dangerous state of leukemia. Yeah, but mine was in acute state. Caregivers. Okay, to the caregivers, I would encourage them to be strong for their patient, because once they seem weak, the patient will grow even weaker. Like in my case, my husband was very strong. They should also be prayerful. Actually, I know the caregivers are facing difficulties with patients. Now, because I remember when I was sick, there are times when my husband could tell me that I used to beat him. Right now, you know, when I'm told such things, I do not even believe. And my son told me, Mom, you used to be very bitter. Nilikuwa mkali sana. Niko tu mkali and I don't know the reason. Small things irritates me. And that one happens even up to now. By the way, if you've never been a caregiver, or you've never been in somebody who is cancerous patient's, shoe, you can never understand. Small things do irritate. I don't know where it comes from. I was just joyful, nilikuwa tu sawa. But immediately I had cancer and I now started treatment. Small things started irritating me. Small bad smells irritates me. And even there is a time when I used to beat my son often for no good reason. So it really needs heart. Sometimes I will crawl down here in my floor, cry. When my husband comes to console me, I should be easy on him. And me, instead of being easy on me, I will even beat him, literally beating. When I'm feeling pain, I beat him. So to any caregiver who is listening to me, please kindly just be supportive and just understand. Yeah. That is the term. Be more understanding. Because with a caregiver, if you are not understanding, actually you cannot deal with a cancer patient.
There's something I'm actually getting from your story, but that so when you mean that a cancer patient, they also have the emotional changes.
Exactly. Very bad ones.
Pregnancy, because I understand that when ladies become pregnant, they have some changes. They don't need this food. I don't need this person. So you also say that the cancer patient, they also undergo the emotional changes,
exactly,
which may be worse or good.
Yeah, it's not good. It is always bad. So certain smell, you do not want to smell certain smell. You do not want to talk at times. At times, you just find yourself, you do not even want to talk to your child. Sometimes you just want to be left alone. Yeah, so the mood swings. They are there. And unfortunately, they are even still with me. Up to now, they have never gone. Some people normally tell me, in fact, my friend just told me the other day, wamama wananiambianga huku nje we ni mkali sana. Wananiambia we ni mkali na mimi nawaambia we ni teacher ndio maana we ni mkali. But I know it's not the teacher part. I know it's not that. It came automatically. I used to be very aggressive.
But I think if you compare now and the past, I think they're changing. They're not like that.
Yeah, actually, I've improved.
So they're reducing.
Yeah, they're reducing. I think it's the pain. The pain makes you to become more aggressive. Yeah, when you are feeling pain and somebody is talking to you, you do not even want to talk to them. You can even literally abuse them. Yeah, but they may not understand. Actually, people outside here do not understand. They think you are mad. Sometimes they think you are just too harsh. Sometimes, I don't know. They have different opinions. That is because they have never been on your shoe. To tell you the truth, cancer is a no joke. It comes with a lot of things, a lot of pain. I went through a lot of pain. Pain that I cannot.
So much. Thank you guys for watching. You're keeping watching on PTN TV with me, Professor Ezekiel Orero. Actually, as this is a story that I want us to discuss, and this is Madam Carol's house, as you all know. I don't know if you know, but I think you know after this. And she has been, she's a giant. I think we can say so. She's a giant in one or the other. I don't want to tell you the giant of what, but she's going to express herself, because if I tell you what who she is, you may actually not be able to interact with her very good. So you're much welcome, and let's go. So thank you so much, madam.
Yes.
Welcome. I think you can just introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. I'm called Carline Muchindizi. I am married and I have one kid. Thank you.
Wow. So I think as you shared about your story, about the cancer story, that you have been sick for a given period of time, and how did it start? And how did you came to discover that now you have this thing was there?
Okay, it was back in 2019 when I experienced a lot of headaches. I had lots of headaches, especially in the evening. At first, I thought they were normal migraines. I will go over the counter, take some drugs, and then it subsides, and then it starts again. So there is a time when it became worse, and then it became of concern. I said I really needed to check what is actually happening to me. That's when I started going to different hospitals back then in 2019. And I visited one hospital whereby it was discovered that it was cancer, particularly leukemia. Yeah.
And for how long did it take maybe for you to discover? Because when you say it's 2019, so for how long did maybe for you to know? Because you have said it just started like the migrants, and then it's like a normal thing. And how do you came now when for how long did it take for you now for the doctors to break this news for you?
It took actually the sickness itself, I can say it started in 2018, but we did not know it is cancer. Okay. The doctors told me it was cancer in 2019. That is when it was discovered. I was sick, yes, but I didn't know what I was ailing from. Some were saying, oh, it's witchcraft. Some were saying very funny stories about it. Because I was sick, I was growing weak. I had other signs like apart from headaches and growing very thin, I could sometimes cough, sometimes, and again I started, my stomach started protruding. You will tell, you would think that I'm pregnant, something like that. But at that time, I did not know what was happening, because to me, I knew I was not pregnant, but I still experienced these symptoms. So in 2019, my family, that is my husband, decided that we should at least go to the hospital, a very good hospital, to check out what is happening. Now, I visited the first hospital I visited. I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention the name. They just told me that I had infection. So I was asking, what kind of infection is this? And then the doctor who saw me asked me if my family has a case of sickle cell. And I told him, yeah, we have such cases in my family. But later on, when I visited a second hospital for a second opinion, it was discovered that it was leukemia. That was in now 2019.
So this problem started in 2018?
In 2018, yeah.
But now you have come to discover that it's now cancer in 2019.
Yeah, in 2019.
And after you have gone for several hospitals to do that.
Yeah.
Now let's come back to this. So when the news broke out, what happened? Because I know cancer is, when people hear cancer, they say it's a dead disease.
Yeah.
How did you manage, or how did you take that information? Now the doctor broke. Now, I want to know, did the doctor just wrote a letter to you that this is what you received a letter, or is just a doctor face to face telling you that, hey, Madam Carrie, this is what you heard? How did this happen?
The doctor sent somebody, and it was funny. Sent somebody, actually I can say a nurse, and a friend of ours. Yeah, they came to my house. In fact, we cooked, we ate, we took lunch, sorry. After taking lunch, we sat here for like up to 6. And then we also took tea, and they were still here. And I was even questioning myself, my visitors today, they seem like they are sleeping here today. And I even started preparing for supper, because I knew they were going to sleep. They were not going anywhere. To mean they were not in a hurry to leave.
And the story is very interesting. That you gave them breakfast, you gave them lunch, and now you're preparing for dinner.
For dinner.
Now, are these people familiar to you? The nurses, were they familiar to you, or are they just people from the hospital that maybe came?
No, the nurse, I was not familiar with the nurse who came, but the nurse was accompanied by a friend. Okay. Yeah.
So the friend whom you know?
The friend whom I know. Yeah. The friend who was my boss, and then later on became a family friend. Yeah. Yeah.
Now these are the people who brought the news.
Yeah, they are the people who brought that letter, that big letter. It was in an envelope, and they are the ones who broke it to me.
Okay, now let's go back to our story.
Yeah.
So you are now preparing dinner for them. Yeah. Then what happened?
In fact, they did not even take that dinner. They told me that we think we are leaving. We have already visited you enough. And to make things even more interesting, they brought me shopping. Very good shopping, like they were coming on a picnic. It was fun, yeah. They brought me shopping, and they told me, we are not going to eat the food that we've bought. That one is yours. It is a blessing. But before we go back home, we need to tell you something. And then they told me, from the results that we have, you have cancer.
Just like
Leukemia,
that.
Yeah.
That from the results we have.
Yeah,
just like that.
From the
So they
results.
did not do any counseling to you about because I understand sometimes they have to give you counseling, and maybe in case of anything they ask you some questions, maybe in case we give you this information or in case you found this problem. They did not do anything like that.
Oh, they talked to me.
Okay.
Actually, they talked. They were encouraging me. And since I did not expect that I could have cancer, I saw it as a normal talk.
Okay.
So it's like they were preparing me for the big news. Actually, they talked to me so much about God. They talked to me so much about being strong, about facing challenges head on, things like those ones. But I said, these ones are normal things. Because, in my family, we don't have cancer history.
Yeah.
So I did not expect the news was going to be that big. So when they were talking to me, I took it as normal. I took it as something like any sick person will be told the same words. Yeah, that is what happened.
Okay. Now the news after that they have ate and everything. Now they give you a surprise that we have a big news for you. How did the life start?
Now when the news was given to me, actually, I don't know. I was normal. I was very normal until that time, until we sent the visitors. Nothing happened to me when that news was broken to me while they were still here. In fact, we took some 30 minutes, talked, and then they prayed. And then we escorted them, and they went. Now I came back to the house and sat here with my husband. That is when the terror now started. I don't know, cold. I started feeling cold from nowhere. I started feeling like I want to go to the toilet. There were so many butterflies in my stomach. Actually, I became sick. Terribly sick. And like when they came in the morning. When they came, I was very happy. I was sick, yes, but not so much sick because I thought it was just going to be a normal thing. But after they went, and now I knew actually that now this is what I have. Now I became totally sick. I was sick. I could not even eat that time. And remember, I took my breakfast very well. I took lunch very well. And even I took evening tea. But now after that news, I could not take supper. My stomach started aching from nowhere. I started experiencing headaches. I wanted to vomit. Now I think that one was fear. Yeah, it was fear.
So we are talking about 2019. In which month was this?
2019, it was December.
December.
Yeah.
This is the time people are preparing for celebration.
Yeah, for Christmas. Yes.
Now they have brought the news for you. Because when you look at that 2019 up to date, actually there's a long period.
Yeah.
So now when this thing happened, now do you think that, can you blame them for giving you such a news at that particular time?
Actually, no, I don't blame them because I actually needed to know what is going on with me.
Yeah.
I was tired of people saying, telling me this girl is HIV positive, this girl is, this is witchcraft. I was listening to so many things that were coming into my ears about my condition made me actually want to know what is happening to me so that I can boldly stand and tell people this is what happening to me. So don't stop those rumors.
I want to take you back before the news were broke.
Yeah.
I know that such a time, maybe were you working by then? Maybe were you on your normal duties? Maybe you were bedridden, or where were you at that particular time when this news were brought?
I was in the house. I think I was not going to work. I was just actually in my house. Remember, even in December, people don't go to work. Not people, teachers.
Teachers,
yeah, teachers don't go to school. So I was just in my house here. I was going about my daily routine so well, but I was sick. I was feeling sickly. But being that I don't know what was happening to me, I was just taking the normal drugs, which maybe I was given, but doing my chores. Yeah, very well.
Now, because you said that the way people are judging you, looking at you maybe physically, or you may be affected in a way, losing weight or adding weight.
Yes. I was very weak. Yeah, I had lost a lot of weight. I was very skinny. That if you look at me at first sight, you could tell something is wrong with this girl. Yeah, and even if you looked at my face, my facial expression, yeah, I was not jovial. Yeah, I looked sad.
Now here you have gone to the hospital 2018. The doctors have not given you results.
Yeah.
Now they're breaking the news in 2019.
Yeah.
That is December, almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And how was your family dealing with such a cases? Because they know you are sick. Maybe the in-laws, they know our in-law is sick, but they don't know what's the problem. Yeah, your family also, your sisters and brothers, they know that our sister is sick, but we don't understand what is her sickness. Comes your husband, because most of the time you find most of the husband, they run away.
Yeah.
How did they, how maybe in their mind, how were they thinking that, especially now your husband, how was he dealing with a situation that he doesn't know for the 2 years?
Now, my husband actually did not know what was going on with me. What he used to do is he will take me to the hospital. We will go to seek opinion, here and there. And we will come back at home heartbroken because you go to a hospital, you are told, there is a time I was even told that I have acute amoeba. And during that time, I was told you are eating dirty things. And I could ask myself, these doctors, are they crazy? How can maybe somebody as an adult like me eat dirty things? Because if you have been told you are eating dirty things, you prepare your own food. I used to even ask myself, where do I eat this dirty food? Sometimes they could tell me it is now not amoeba. I don't know. It is pneumonia. I used to have several cases. But my husband was very, very supportive. Yeah, he was supportive of me. He just wanted actually to know the root cause of all this. You know, as a husband, he was also being told so many things out there. Your wife maybe has done this. He has gone out of wedlock. Maybe she has contracted HIV and AIDS. But my husband did not listen to them actually, and I really thank God for him.
And he was giving you the news.
Yeah, he was telling me, people are telling me this and this and this about your condition. Some are saying it is witchcraft. And you know, being that we are not of the same tribe, people will tell me I got married to a different tribe. That is why this is happening to me. Such things are there. Actually, a lot of stigma surrounding cancer. You are married in Western, you know, these people they are witches. They have bewitched you, such kind of things.
Were you at any point thinking that in Kenya we don't have professional doctors? Because when they were telling you different diseases, different conditions, giving you medicine, were you ever thought of that? Like now in Kenya we don't have professional doctors?
Yeah, I was tempted to think about that because even these doctors, if someone today tells you have amoeba, another one tells you you have maybe something like pneumonia, you go to another doctor, ask you if you have a history of sickle cell, but they are not actually telling you the main reason why this thing is happening to you. I even thought our doctors in Kenya, they are not professional. Yeah, because I needed a solution. And we as human beings, we trust the doctors. Apart from trusting in God, we trust the doctors. They can see what is happening to us and actually tell us. But if they could not, and I visited very good hospitals, not just these small hospitals, very good ones that I'm not going to mention. And the doctors gave me different kind of news. And I gave up.
Wow, actually that is very indeed it's a story of its own. Now, let's come back now to 2019. That is actually the history before we came to that. Now, in 2019, December, they broke the news.
Yeah.
How was your journey? The first thing you have said, in fact, that night you became sick more than you were before.
Yes.
Now, how did the journey start? Because when you are sick with cancer, you have to go with the different tests, different treatments day and night.
Yeah.
How did it start now?
Now, I've remembered something. When the news was broken to me, I've told you I became very sick. And when I became very sick, I was totally in denial. And I asked my husband if he could give me some time to be alone. And I went at home, not where I was born. I went to see a certain preacher. I stayed there for 1 week, actually. I wanted to gain some strength. The strength of how I'm going to start this treatment. You know, cancer treatment, actually, it needs some courage. So I needed some strength to come back to Nairobi, now go to the hospital, do the test, the many tests I was supposed to do, and now start the treatment. So when I came back to Nairobi.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you asked your husband to give you a break,
Yeah.
did you take a break from marriage or just took a break from staying in Nairobi?
I took a break from staying in my house. I was totally, in fact, my house became like a prison. Because when that sickness started, actually, I would move to my bedroom to my sitting room, from my sitting room to my bedroom, and maybe to the balcony. So I wanted a different environment where I could think straight.
So just change the environment.
Yeah, change
because
of
when
environment.
You mentioned that you need a break, I thought you had a break from marriage.
Not
Sometimes
from marriage.
You can take a break like in news.
No. Not
Okay,
from marriage.
That is very good. Now,
Yeah.
after you stayed there for some time, now you came back to Nairobi.
I came back to Nairobi. Yeah.
Now you came to pick now the pieces.
Yeah.
Did you change the house?
I did not change. In fact, I came back more courageous. I don't know even why. I think from the many prayers that we made over there, we really prayed. So I think when I came back, I just told my husband, I want to go. Because when I was told I have cancer, they told me there are several tests that you have to do to determine which cancer, to determine which, leukemia comes in different forms, actually. Yes, I was told you have cancer, particularly which one? Which one? Yeah, it is leukemia, but which one? No, we have acute myeloid leukemia, we have acute lymphoblastic, something like that. We have different types. Yeah, so I came back and I told my husband that I want now to start doing these tests so that I can start treatment. I have accepted now. I will go for the treatment because I want to be better.
Now, after you've come back now to Nairobi, when your first chemo?
My first chemo was done in 2020. Yeah.
And now, so now the husband accepted. But I want to know, when you told the husband that I need a break, if you tell a man and you're married to him that I need a break, can you tell us what was in his mind? Did he tell you what was in his mind when he gave you a break?
No, actually, when I told him I needed a break, I did not just say I need a break. I told him that I want to go to a different place. I want to go to a different place. Take time to be with myself, search my soul. I do the searching. So I need at least a break from Nairobi. Let me go somewhere else. Yeah.
Now you came back, now you started your chemo. You are now the courage.
No, before the chemo, I did a biopsy.
Okay.
Yeah, before the chemo, I did a biopsy. And now the biopsy report now told us which kind of leukemia I had. And that it was found out that I have acute myeloid leukemia. It's called CML, acute myeloid leukemia. That is now, after that, that is when now I started my chemo. Yeah.
So the treatment started?
Yeah, the treatment now started.
That is 2019.
2020.
That is 2020 now.
Yeah, 2020.
Now, can you give us the journey, the way you have journeyed together now? After, now the family members, they know now you have cancer.
Yeah.
And they know, because cancer is very expensive in terms of treatment.
Yeah.
Did they think of now saying, now our in-law, we are sorry, you can go back to your parent. We cannot handle this thing.
Now, I'm happy to say that I have very good in-laws. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I can call it a blessing. They did not send me packing. Yeah, they did not send me packing. In fact, they accepted me. My mother-in-law would call me and pray with me. My father-in-law told me that is a simple thing. It will just end. God is with you. Yeah, they did not send me away. They embraced me and they took care of me and they accepted me. Yeah. Yeah.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
That's very encouraging. And now, so when you started in 2020, the journey, you stopped working? Yeah,
I stopped working. Actually, when I started the chemo, it did not react, it did not go so well with my body. No, that one is a new thing being introduced to my body. I saw body, something which was not there. So it came with its complications. Yeah.
2021, what happened?
2021, I was still on treatment. still on treatment and still on side effects of the chemo. Yeah, in fact, they were worse. 2020, 2021, it was very bad.
This hospital that they broke news to you is the same hospital you went back for the treatment, or now you changed the hospital?
No, I did not change.
Okay.
Yeah, I went back to the same hospital for treatment until last year when I decided to seek for another opinion. That is when I changed the hospital.
Okay.
2023 now.
Now there is this what you call the NHIF.
Yeah.
How did it help you in that process?
Yeah, it could cater for some tests. Yeah, I remember first when actually when I started my treatment, it catered for several tests. Yeah, there were some tests that were catered by NHIF. Yeah, so it helped. Yeah.
That is 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Now, when maybe the society look at you now, the way you are now, very good, very cute, very beautiful, what comes in their mind? Do they still believe that you had that problem?
No. In fact, some of them, even when they look at me right now, when I tell them my story, you know, when I've not told them, they cannot tell it. So when I tell them, they're saying, really? But you don't look like one. You don't look like you have cancer. You just look okay to me. But those people who saw me in 2019, my friends who came there to be with me during that time, knew what I went through. And when they look at me right now, they say, this surely is just God's
Because
doing.
there are those who may say that maybe you are pretending, especially those who haven't seen you. They can say, no, this lady is just pretending to eat our money. But I'm happy if they still accept that indeed you're in that situation. So when you talk about that the NHIF actually stood with 1 or 2 tests,
Yeah.
And how much is this that remained for your side? Because I know it's very expensive indeed. And how have you managed to do all this?
Okay. Now, like I said, the NHIF cannot do so many things. It does just minor tests. When I discovered in 2019 that I had cancer, I created a WhatsApp group that had like almost 300 people. Those ones were friends and families and relatives. Yeah, the WhatsApp group raised some money for us. Yeah, it was good money because it catered for some tests. There are some tests that NHIF does not do. Yeah, especially this biopsy. The biopsy, it's not done with the NHIF. NHIF can cover the blood test like full hemogram, those ones. But these other tests that require huge amount of money, NHIF does not do that. So through the help of that WhatsApp group that we created, yeah, we managed to raise some cash. Yeah.
Cut. So actually that's very good because when you talk about the WhatsApp group now, you said that it managed to help in one or the other.
Yeah.
Did it continue for the entire period that you were in the hospital?
No, WhatsApp group cannot run for that long. Okay. It actually took some 3 months. Yeah, some 3 months, and then people contributed what they could. And then now they stopped contributing. And you know, you cannot all the time ask somebody to contribute. Contribute each and every time. They contributed. I can say they contributed some good money for me. I appreciate them. Yeah, money. It catered for most of the tests that I did. Actually, I did a lot of tests, like 7 of them, and they were costing like 30,000, 37,000, 12,000. And when all the tests were done, the money that remained, I managed to purchase some drugs, yeah, with it. And then now we could not ask for more. The WhatsApp group got depleted and we deleted it. Yeah.
I understand that most people, when such thing happens, they are referred either to India or South Africa for the further treatment. Yeah. Did such thing ever come into your mind, or were you advised by the doctors to think otherwise?
Yes, back in 2022 December, when I visited my doctor told me that I needed to do a bone marrow transplant that should be able to cure me. They told me they were just managing the condition, but that one is not the cure. So they told me that I should go for a bone marrow transplant, which cost 8 million, and it was to be done in India. I again created another WhatsApp group, aiming to do what?
raise
To raise that
8
money.
million.
Yeah, by there I was even with the Tuko News. Yeah, I was even with the Tuko News trying to raise that amount. But unfortunately, I could not even raise 100,000. Sincerely speaking, the money that I raised could not even cater only for transportation. It could not cater even for the tickets. So we gave up again. And when I gave up, now I decided to trust on God. I said, now I cannot do a bone marrow transplant. Should I just sit down and wait to die? Then I said, if I cannot do a bone marrow transplant, then I will just have to wait for Lord to help me. I continue taking my drugs as I manage them. Because if the doctor has told me that it's only the bone marrow transplant that can cure me, and I do not have that 8 million, and that 8 million cannot be raised by my family, even friends could not raise it. Yeah, so I had no option but just to leave things the way they are.
Trust in the Lord, trust the medicine you're taking, and then trust the doctors.
And trust the doctors.
Thereafter.
Yeah.
So because for you, you're waiting, like you have said that you're waiting to die, but you are not dead. You're still looking good.
Yeah.
And strong.
And that is why I'm saying it is God. Because what I was told by the doctor, they told me, if you don't do that bone marrow transplant immediately, we are afraid you won't be able to survive this.
That is 2022.
That is 2022. And we are in 2024.
We are in 2024.
Yeah.
2023 came.
Yeah.
So where about now, as per now, where have you reached with your treatment?
Right now, I'm still doing my chemos. Yeah, I'm still doing my chemos, and that's what I've been doing.
Do they still advise you to go for further treatment?
They told me, even when I changed my doctor, I've told you that in last year, I changed the doctor. Even that new doctor advised me that, yeah, you can do a bone marrow transplant. That is if you have money. Because I told that doctor, I once tried to raise that money, but I could not. But he told me, since you cannot raise the money, you will have to continue with your chemos. Yeah. And by the way, the doctor told me, at times, there are those people who do so well on chemo that they just get, how do we say it? They get healed.
Healed,
yeah. They get healed just through the chemos. Yeah, without even the transplant. But they told me transplant is a sure way of dealing with my condition. Yeah.
But I think because if the first place when they broke the news, that is when you became more sick. And now you are here, you are still moving well. I think, don't you think that being sick also, you're traumatized in a way, the fear itself, don't you think that fear itself makes somebody to be sick?
Exactly. Fear, and apart from fear, stigma. Stigma makes you even more sick. I remember in my journey, I've passed through a lot of things, a lot of stigma in my journey. People have told me so things that when I sit down and look at them like this, I say, what?
But are you still friend? You friend with those people, or you just say no?
Now what can I do? I live in this society. I cannot run away from them. I'm still their friend, and in fact, when they look at me now, they are even amazed. I remember one woman, a very close woman, told me, I was thinking of a way to tell you to stop wearing trousers because you look so skinny in those trousers. But I could not tell you. But now that you are well, I've mastered the courage. You can imagine.
The first time I asked you a question that if in this society there are so many organizations, especially the women of the organizations, whereby they are journeying and creating the awareness for this condition. And have you maybe joined one of them, or have you found one those who have told me, Madam Carol, please come and join our team so that at least we create the awareness in the society? Have you come across that one?
Yeah. I am in a certain organization. Yeah.
The name?
It is called Henzo Life Kenya. It is partnering with Kenco. That one is Kenya Association for Cancer. Yeah, that one is the one that is known. That Kenya Association for Cancer. But I am under a group known as Henzo Life. Okay. Yeah.
Now, if maybe there is somebody outside there who will wish to join such a group, maybe you will have to ask, like, are there benefits that I can get if I join into these groups? Are there any benefit of somebody joining the group apart from creating the awareness?
Yeah, there are benefits because right there, by the way, in a group that I am in, we are currently like 600 patients either suffering from leukemia or GIST. So you know, when you meet such a big number, you say, I'm not alone in this journey. No, by the way, when I started, when I realized that I was sick, I thought I'm the only sick person in this world. But when I joined that group, I could see a man there, I even saw children there. And I saw, hey, this is a child. At least I'm in a better place because I'm an adult, I even have a kid. Now look at this kid, 13 years, 10 years. So I said, you know, when you get people with similar condition, you can now journey with some courage together. Exactly.
And actually, it's also a kind of motivation.
A kind of motivation,
and
yeah.
Are you given guiding and counseling?
Yeah, we are given guiding and counseling. We are given books, books that show us what foods we should be eating. Yeah.
Medicine, maybe their support. In terms of medication?
Yeah, in terms of medication, they also do support us. Yeah.
So it's a thing that you can encourage someone.
Yeah, you can encourage someone to join such organization.
Now that you have gone all this through and you have also an organization, has there any person come to you like, Madam, please come and talk to my daughter, come talk to my husband or my wife who is in the same condition in a denial state like yours? Have you ever encountered such people?
Yeah. I have encountered such people. Like there is this one girl who came to me. She's a new patient from the same organization that I am in. She told me, how are you coping? Have you been dealing with this thing now for 5 years? Now I talk to them, I encourage them, I tell them to eat healthy, I tell them to shut their ears. If you listen to this world, actually, and you are a cancer patient, you will die for sure. Because some of them will tell you things that will direct you to your grave. So the best thing is you can listen and let it pass through one ear and get out through the other. Because there are so many things. Yeah, so I do talk to people.
So in other words, you have a group that you're journeying with apart from the organization?
Yeah, I have a group that I'm journeying with apart from the organization. Actually, we started a certain group. We are around 10 girls. Yeah, we are around 10 young girls with the same condition. So we can talk to each other, encourage one another, yeah, in that same group. And I found them by just sharing with them how I overcame. So they joined that group and we talk, we journey together.
Now come back to a church where you fellowship.
Yeah.
And have you ever gone back to the man of God whom you went first to encourage you and to consult with you? Have you ever gone back to him or her, wherever you went there?
Now, I've never gone back, but I talked to him over the phone. Yeah, it is far from Nairobi, and you know, just making up mind to go there, it can be a bit challenging. So we just talk over the phone. I tell him how I'm doing, and so far, we thank God.
And I know here in Nairobi, maybe, do you fellowship in all of the churches where you fellowship?
Yeah.
Do you have such organization that where maybe the women or the such situation where you can encourage people? Are you given that platform?
No, we don't have that in church, but my pastor, my pastor where I fellowship knows my story, and sometimes when we are doing Bible discovery, such things, I get time to talk to people, to share. Actually, not to encourage, but to share.
You know, maybe where we have reached somebody, when they look at you, they say, now Madam Carrie is okay, now she does need help more from your side. What can you say?
Yeah, when people look at me right now, they think I actually don't need any help. And in fact, when I ask some people for help, they think I want to con them. They think I actually do not need them. What they are forgetting is, in as much as I'm a survivor, I am still on chemo. You know, survivorship in cancer simply means that you have accepted and you are journeying. If you die from cancer, you are no longer a survivor. But if you are still on your medication and you look healthy, that one is what we call survivorship in cancer. Yeah.
So you're a cancer survivor.
Yeah, I'm a cancer survivor.
Still under medication.
Who is still under medication.
The churches have never changed.
Yeah.
They're just the same.
Yeah.
Wow. But if you estimate this, I understand it has taken you a lot of money. And how did it affect your family financially?
Yeah. Actually, my family gave it all. Cancer can really drain you. Cancer can really make you a beggar. Yeah, I remember my family members found it rough when they were given the news that I have cancer. I do not come from a well-off family, by the way. Yeah, so, you know, when people look at me, might say, Madam Caro comes from a well-off family, so that is why she's managing this thing so well. No. Actually, what I can say is my friends do support me. We really have good friends, me and my husband. Specifically, my husband, he really have very, very good friends. Friends who are willing to listen. Friends who you go to them, you tell them this and this, and they are willing to listen and they are willing to help. They have not let us down. Anytime we are in need of help, we run to friends. You know, like in my family, right now, I have my brothers, I have my sisters, but they are not too wealthy. I don't have my dad right now. And you know, even my siblings, they have other things to deal with. They have their families. So it reached a point whereby they also became tired. They became tired of giving out money for my treatment. Yeah, so it was left for my husband to deal with it head on with his salary. So you can imagine the salary that he earns. He pays the rent, he pays the school fee, and now he buys the medication. Yeah, the medication that I take on a monthly basis. Yeah.
Wow, that is indeed a very long journey.
Yeah.
But we believe that through God, everything is possible. The God whom you trusted, I think, is the same God.
Yeah.
And he will keep on helping you in one way or the other.
Yeah.
But there is somebody outside there. This guy also has gone to hospital for some years, is sick, is feeling pain. But he has never known how this is done. And also, as I understand, people they go for a checkup. Maybe they can decide, let me go for a cancer checkup if I have a problem. And also people fear, like, I don't want to go there. What if I am found with cancer? I may even commit suicide. I may even die. What can you tell such a person who has been advised to go to hospital for cancer tests, and they have refused? What can you tell them?
I can tell such kind of a person to just go for the test. Now, the doctors tell us that cancer, if it is detected at an early stage, it can be cured. But if you stay with it and then they detect it at a late stage, that one you increase your chances of dying. So I think if you are just told to go for the test, just take a step of faith and go for the test. You might be fearing something that maybe is in stage 1 and can be reversed. Yeah. So such kind of a person should just master the courage and go for the test. It is good. Yeah. Being that I've been journeying through this. Nowadays, if I hear things like cancer screening, like we normally have free cervical cancer screening, such kind of things, I want to go for them early enough so that I can know my state. But just like you've said, people are afraid. What if I have it? Like now I have leukemia. Yeah. What if I go for the screening and I find out I have cervical cancer, another one? What will happen? But now, through my journey, I think I'm no longer afraid. I think I've become so strong. I don't know. I've become so strong that nothing matters to me anymore. I will do that screening. So I will advise somebody out there. If you feel like you might have cancer, or if you have been told to go for a cancer test, please do it. It might save your life. Because if you go late, I don't know, it might be too late for you.
And by the way, when it was discovered in which stage?
Yeah, in cancer, in leukemia, the doctor told me that we don't have stages, but we have phases. Okay. Mine was in phase 2. Yeah, phase 3 is called accelerated phase. I was told we have, I think, mild phase, acute phase, and accelerated. Okay. So in accelerated case, it was told, I think that one now is the very dangerous state of leukemia. Yeah, but mine was in acute state. Yeah.
Wow. And also, you have actually encouraged somebody to go for the test. Yeah. Now we have this, person, this man, this woman, this sister, brother, they have a cancer patient.
Yeah.
and they have heard so many from people, and they have believed that our brother, sister, our mom is, these are just demonic issues here. How can you encourage those who are taking care for the cancer patient?
Okay, the caregivers.
Yeah, the caregivers.
Okay, to the caregivers, I would encourage them to be strong for their patient, because once they seem weak, the patient will grow even weaker. Like in my case, my husband was very strong. They should also be prayerful. Actually, I know the caregivers are facing difficulties with patients. Now, because I remember when I was sick, there are times when my husband could tell me that I used to beat him. Right now, when I'm told such things, I do not even believe. And my son told me, Mom, you used to be very bitter. Nilikuwa mkali sana. Niko tu mkali, and I don't know the reason. Small things irritates me. And that one happens even up to now. By the way, if you've never been a caregiver, or you've never been in somebody who is cancerous patient's, shoe, you can never understand. Small things do irritate. I don't know where it comes from. I was just joyful, nilikuwa tu sawa. But immediately I had cancer, and I now started treatment. Small things started irritating me. Small bad smells irritates me. And even there is a time when I used to beat my son often for no good reason. So it really needs heart. Sometimes I will crawl down here in my floor, cry. When my husband comes to console me, I should be easy on him. And me, instead of being easy on me, I will even beat him, literally beating. When I'm feeling pain, I beat him. So to any caregiver who is listening to me, please kindly just be supportive and just understand. Yeah. That is the term. Be more understanding. Because with a caregiver, if you are not understanding, actually you cannot deal with a cancer patient.
There's something I'm actually getting from your story, but that so when you mean that a cancer patient, they also have the emotional changes.
Exactly. Very bad ones.
Pregnancy, because I understand that when ladies become pregnant, they have some changes. They don't need this food. I don't need this person. So you also say that the cancer patient, they undergo the emotional changes.
Exactly.
Which may be worse or good.
Yeah, it's not good. It is always bad. So certain smell, you do not want to smell certain smell. You do not want to talk at times. At times you just find yourself, you do not even want to talk to your child. Sometimes you just want to be left alone. Yeah, so the mood swings. They are there. And unfortunately, they are even still with me. Up to now, they have never gone. Some people normally tell me, in fact, my friend just told me the other day, wamama wananiambianga huku nje we ni mkali sana. Wananiambia we ni mkali, na mimi nawaambia we ni teacher, ndio maana we ni mkali. But I know it's not the teacher part. I know it's not that. It came automatically. I used to be very aggressive.
But I think if you compare now and the past, I think they're changing. They're not like that.
Yeah, actually, I've improved.
So they're reducing.
Yeah, they're reducing. I think it's the pain. The pain makes you to become more aggressive. Yeah, when you are feeling pain and somebody is talking to you, you do not even want to talk to them. You can even literally abuse them. Yeah, but they may not understand. Actually, people outside here do not understand. They think you are mad. Sometimes they think you are just too harsh. Sometimes, I don't know. They have different opinions. That is because they have never been on your shoe. To tell you the truth, Professor, sorry. To tell you the truth, cancer is a no joke. It comes with a lot of things, a lot of pain. I went through a lot of pain. Pain that I cannot even begin to explain to you. It was bad. Right from vomiting, right from stomach pains,
Okay, now you say that, so once the doctor, they ask you many questions if this thing is generic or, because most people say that cancer is a lifestyle. What you eat, how you sleep, how you walk, the kind of job you do, they can also make you to get such a problem. So from your side part of it, did the doctor maybe break to the cause of that condition?
No, they did not actually told me the cause. They asked me if I have cancer history in my family. And I told them no. Because actually, just like you've asked, many people think that cancer is generic. But in my family, no one has ever died from cancer. No one has ever had cancer. With the lifestyle, I don't know which lifestyle we are talking about, because I think everybody just lives a normal way. The things we eat, they are normal. I don't work in a company where they use lots of chemicals. Yeah, I'm a teacher by profession. So when you talk about lifestyle, I fail to understand which kind of lifestyle. By the way, I'm not a junky person who does a lot of junk food like street food. Yeah, I make my own food at my home.
Okay.
So I don't know. I actually cannot tell about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe did the doctor maybe tell you the cause? Because if you go to hospital for malaria test, they can tell you that you have malaria and this malaria has been caused by the mosquitoes, or it has been caused by this kind of food that you eat, something like that.
Actually, they did not tell me. I think I did not ask that question. You know, for you to be told what's the cause, you need to ask. Yeah, I did not ask that question. I did not ask the doctor what caused my cancer. That is why I think they did not tell me, because I'm 100% sure it's not generic. So maybe we can settle on lifestyle, but I don't know with this life.
But again, we cannot settle there because we are not medic people. We can say, I think that is the part we are leaving for the medic and expert.
Yeah.
Maybe they can also give us that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this story. And the story you have told us, maybe, what are your plans with this story? Are you planning to write a book, or have you begun writing a book about this? Because there are so many people outside there who wish to get the story more each and every time. So what are your plans with this story? Because there are those who fear, first of all. There are those who, and I don't want to share my story with people, let me just be like this. But now you have come out and you want to share. What are your means of sharing this story? Do you have any plan that maybe you can call for support and say, hey, look, I'm writing a book. I need a support to write this book, or I have this program I want to do, so that at least you can share the story to many people.
Okay. I was thinking of starting a YouTube channel whereby I can share my story. But again, through people like you, journalists like you, I am also getting that chance to share my story. And by the way, I'm readily available. I'm not a person who will go underground if I'm called. If somebody needs to someone to talk to, Carline is here. I will always talk to them anytime they can reach me. I can talk to them. Even if you have a sister out there, if you have a parent out there who is still living in fear, who is still living in denial, I'm ready to share my story anywhere, anytime, in TV stations, in all platforms. I am ready to share.
And have you ever thought of going to the hospital, maybe to encourage the patient there?
Actually, the hospital, I normally go to the hospital every month. And you know, when I go to the hospital, I not only talk to leukemia patients. You know, in the hospital, you will get like a cancer center where I'm being treated. There are people suffering from different kind of cancers. So I normally talk to them. I remember last year when I went for my blood transfusion, yeah, I met a patient who was having breast cancer, and I got time to share and talk to them. Secondly, this organization that I'm in is not only for leukemia patients. Yeah, we have different patients, some breast cancer, some prostate. So I talk to them, I share with them. And just like you are saying, people are not happy to share that they have cancer because of the stigma that comes with the word I have cancer. But with me, I think I have just overcome this stigma. I normally boldly tell people I have cancer, I'm taking my medication. I even...
So how has the life changed? How, maybe I want to answer this, like how has it changed your kitchen? That means the kind of food you eat, because people believe that you eat a special food. And also, how does it affected your, how many times do you take these drugs a day? Is it something that you have to take daily, or you take once?
Okay, concerning food, my kitchen consists of a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits. Like I take much vegetables, leafy vegetables, kienyeji, yeah, and much fruits. I do fish, yeah, I do kienyeji eggs, yeah, such stuff. It is not actually so special, but it consists of more of, I can say, traditional foods. Yeah.
So you have become a kienyeji lady.
Yeah, I've become a kienyeji lady. I do much of that. And I also eat fish. I eat omenas. Yeah, we are told to eat those ones. I eat white meat. Yeah, I take chicken. Yeah, those ones.
Okay.
Yeah, with my drugs, I take my drugs on a daily basis, monthly. I take, I actually use 3 types of drugs, but one of them is a blood booster. That one, all of us know, it's called Ranfaron. But the 2 ones are for the cancer. I take 1, 3 tablets, and the other one I take a single tablet. And Ranfaron, I take a single tablet each daily to boost my blood, because there are times when my blood levels normally go so low that I need transfusion. So the doctor advised that I should take Ranfaron to boost my blood. Yeah. So per day it's like 3 plus 1, actually 5. Yeah, 5 drugs on a daily basis.
And what is the time? Maybe the time you're supposed to take?
I take them at night. At night only, 11, actually 11. I started taking them at 11, and that's how I take them daily. 11, and then I go to sleep.
So you take them once per day?
Once per day, yeah.
Okay. And I know you have a specification time.
Yeah,
time. Is it from the doctor or is your own time?
Time, you can even take them early in the morning, but I prefer to take them at night, because at night you take them and you sleep. So it minimizes the side effects, like the nausea. You don't feel it because you are asleep.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I hope this story is going to change people and also change their perspective, their way of thinking, their way of doing their things, and also people to avoid to stop saying that this is a curse, maybe from is a curse or is something that's from it's a generic and all that. And the best thing to go to the hospital. And I'm very sure that as you are continuing moving this journey, things will be okay. Have that faith that you had first, that I trust in God and also trust the medication you're taking.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are more happy. We are great to see you. And let's join our hands together so that we can help her wherever we can. And maybe if also you have a story that you want us to come and share your story, we are here to help you. So, Madam, please, you can just share us with your number, your M-Pesa number, so that if any person wishes to reach to you, they can actually access you in a very easy way. So you can just look at that camera and share your number.
Oh, thank you, viewers, for this platform. My number is 0726 917191.
Can you repeat again?
Okay, my number is 0726 917191.
This story is actually life-changing story. She's undergoing a lot, especially the medication, but she needs the support. Sometimes you may wish to say, no, let me just send a bus fare, because she has to travel to the hospital for medication each and every time. She can't actually, because you have heard, she created a WhatsApp group, and people cannot help each and every time. They also have the errand they're doing. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from, I think we're going to display the number. She's going to give us our number. So what you need to do is support her in whatever that you can. In whatever you have, maybe you're a doctor there and you have your own means of treating her. You can also access her. That is how we can help each other. We have come here to share the story. The story is not just to watch, but it's a learning story. The way she has undergone a lot of stigmatization. She had undergone a lot of rejection. People have rejected her. Abusive language is also there, emotional damage and all that. And also, if you are also touched with this story, you can help where you can. She's not calling for million help. She's not calling for billions of help, but whatever you can have. What you have, what she has, if we put them together in one bucket or in one basket, I think it can change her life. It can transform her family. Remember, she's not working. That's the part that you need to understand. She stopped working so that she can undergo all this treatment. She has a family which depends on her. So please use that number to reach to her. Don't text, don't SMS, no. Use that number to send her what you have, so that at least each and every month she's going to the hospital, she can get something to get the courage and also to reach to many. She has said that she will go to the hospitals for encouragement and motivation. She needs you because she's not working. And maybe if you have a job, maybe you have an organization, you have an hospital where you need a counselor. I think the story she has given us It's beyond counseling. She can come and counsel some of your patients, some of your clients. That is also a way that we can help her. Thank you so much for watching PTN TV in the segment of My Story. My name is Professor Ezekiel Orero.